imaginary part, right? So now we have a simplified version of complex number, and we know that modulus of any complex number z is defined as root under a square plus b square. So we know that mod of z of any function is defined as root over a square plus b square if z is equal to a plus ib, where a is the real part of the complex number and b is the imaginary part of complex number, right? So in the given situation, we are getting that root under 1 by 4 plus I root 3 by 2 whole square will be getting how much? It will be 3 by 4. So what we are getting? Root under 4 by 4. So that is equal to 1. So from the above condition, we are getting let us consider this is equation number 1. We are getting from the equation number 1 what we are getting? Modulus of, we are getting from the equation number 1 modulus of z1 minus z2 divided by modulus of z2 minus z3 is equal to 1. So what we can write down? We can write down, we know that mod of z1 upon mod of z2 can be written as mod of z1 upon mod of z2 according to the properties of complex number. For any two complex number z1 and z2, mod of z1 upon z2 can be written as modulus of z1 upon modulus of z2, right? So according to this property, this is a simple property. Using this property, we can write down, what we can write down? z1 minus z2 upon z2 minus z3 equals mod of z1 minus z2 divided by mod of z2 minus z3, which we have already got 1. Am I right? I hope you are getting it. So what we'll do? Zoom out. Z1 minus Z2 upon Z2 minus Z3 mod can be written as Z1 minus Z2 mod upon Z2 minus Z3 mod, that is equal to 1, right? So using this property we can write it like this, and we have already the value of this is equal to 1. So what we can write down? Any problem till here? So we can write down Z1 minus Z2 equals Z2 minus Z3. Am I right? So this is the result we have got from the equation number 1. Am I right? Now what we can do is, can you tell me the condition again? Upon 2. Alright. So now what we can do? Subtracting 1 both sides. subtracting 1 from both sides. What we will get? Z1 minus Z2 upon Z2 minus Z3 minus 1 equals 1 minus I root 3 upon 2 minus 1. Alright. Let's see what we are getting here. Z2 minus Z3, Z1 minus Z2 minus Z2 plus Z3, right? Equals 1 minus I root 3 minus 2. It should be Z3 actually. Just make a correction here. It will be Z3. So Z1 minus Z3 on Z2 minus Z3. So finally we have got Z1 minus Z3 equals Z2 minus Z3, right? So we are getting the value as Z2 minus Z3, Z1 minus Z3 minus Z2 plus Z3, alright, equals to 1 minus I root 3 minus 2, that is equal to minus 1 minus I root 3 upon 2. Okay. So finally we are getting Z1 minus Z2 upon Z2 minus Z3 equals minus 1 minus I root 3 upon 2. Okay. So what we'll do, we'll take modulus both sides. Z3 will get cancelled out. Z1 minus Z2 upon Z2 minus Z3 will be equal to the square root of 1 by 2 whole square plus root 3 by 2 whole square, that is equal to 1. So what it implies? Z1 minus Z2 equals Z2 minus Z3, and we have already got Z1 minus Z3 equals Z2 minus Z3. So combining equation 1 and 2, from 1 and 2 we can write Z1 minus Z2 equals Z2 minus Z3 equals Z1 minus Z3. Z1 minus Z3. I hope it is clear now, right? Yeah, so what it means, if we are having a triangle having coordinate Z1, Z2 and Z3, this should be equal to this and this should be equal to this, because Z1 minus Z2 is nothing but the length of Z1 to Z2, है ना? And Z1 to Z3 modulus will be the length of this side, and Z2 minus Z3 will be the length of the last vertices. So we can see that all the coordinates are making an equilateral triangle. Since their lengths are same, we are getting Z1 minus Z2 equals Z2 minus Z3 equals Z1 minus Z2, right? So I hope it is clear. So we can write hence Z have greatest value 1 plus root 5, right? So the correct answer is D, right? Okay. It is given that so what we can do is here we have a certain property, we will use the property. We can solve without using property as well, but in that way the solution will become really difficult, okay, and maybe it will become lengthy. So this problem can be simplified, or this can be solved in easy way using the property of complex number. So there is a very important property of a complex number. What is that? Z1 plus Z2 whole square plus Z1 minus Z2 whole square will be equal to what? 2 into Z1 square plus Z2 square, right? Okay. So according to the given condition, what we can write? See, in the given property, what we can see that Z1 plus Z2, if we see Z1 plus Z2, if we see, that is equal to minus Z3, right? So if we take the whole square, it will be whole square of this, so that will be equal to mod of Z3 whole square, right? Am I right? So let's apply the property. We can write minus Z3 whole square plus Z1 minus Z2 whole square equals 2 into 1 plus 1, that is equal to 4. Okay. So mod of minus Z of 3 whole square can be written as simply Z3 whole square plus Z1 minus Z2 whole square equals 4. Alright. So Z1 minus Z2 whole square can be written as 4 minus 1, that is equal to 3. Why? Because mod of Z3 is given 1, so this square will be also 1, right? Hence this we are getting. So finally we can write, similarly we can get Z1 minus Z2, we got 3, right? So Z1 minus Z2, we have got root 3. Also in similar way we can write, what we can write? Z1 minus Z3 equals Z2 minus Z3. We can prove in similar way root 3. Alright. So we know that the area of a triangle, equilateral triangle, there is a formula for equilateral triangle area. The area of equilateral triangle is given by what? Root 3 by 4a square, right? So it would be 3 root 3 divided by 4. So we have got the area of the triangle is equal to 3 root 3 by 4. So which is the correct option in this case? Yeah, so A option is correct for this problem. Because A is 3 root 3 by 4, right? So should we move to the next sum? Getting. Here we can see Z1, Z2, Z3 is equal. So simultaneously we can write mod of Z1 square plus mod of Z2 square. Z1 is given 1, Z2 is given 1 and Z3 is given 1, right? So Z1 square plus Z2 square plus Z3 square will be how much? 3, no? Should I write it down separately? Wait. Here we can see that mod of Z1 square plus mod of Z2 square plus mod of Z3 square can be written as 1 plus 1 plus 1, that is equal to 3, है ना? So what will happen? This term and this term will get cancelled out. So we are getting 2 into real part of Z2 Z3 bar plus Z3 Z1 bar plus Z1 Z2 bar is equal to 0. Hence real part of Z2 Z3 bar plus Z3 Z1 bar plus Z1 Z2 bar is equal to 0, right? So C is not the correct option, D is not correct option, purely imaginary, purely real. So what we can say? Purely imaginary, right? Whenever a complex number have 0 real part, that will be said as purely imaginary complex number, right? Hence option A is correct. This problem will become a little difficult in case of if you don't apply this property, right? So you may write down this property separately. Have you written down? Yeah. Usually we have learned the property related to Z1 and Z2, only 2 complex numbers, but this property relates 3 complex numbers, Z1, Z2 and Z3, right? Okay, so can we consider the next one? We have A and B, हमारे पास 2 रियल नंबर है A and B, और Z1 Z2 2 कॉम्प्लेक्स नंबर दिए हुए हैं जो कि नॉन जीरो है, जीरो नहीं है. सच दैट कंडीशन इज गिवन A Z1 into mod of Z1 equals B into mod of Z2 equals B into mod of Z2. देन Z का वैल्यू होगा, Z का वैल्यू Z को डिफाइन किया गया है A Z1 अपॉन B Z2. Z इज अ थर्ड कॉम्प्लेक्स नंबर जो कि डिफाइन किया गया है, दैट इज अ कॉम्बिनेशन ऑफ Z1 Z2 A Z1 बाई B Z2 प्लस B Z2 अपॉन A Z1. सो Z क्या हो सकता है इन 4 ऑप्शंस में से? Z प्योरली रियल हो सकता है, Z इज प्योरली इमेजिनरी हो सकता है, मॉडुलस ऑफ Z हो सकता है A बाई B, है ना, एंड नन ऑफ दीज. आर यू गेटिंग द प्रॉब्लम? A तो वैसे ही रियल नंबर है, उसको बाहर रखेंगे अपॉन B into Z2 का mod, and only cos theta term will be remaining, so the finally we will be getting 2 cos theta, right? So finally we are getting 2 cos theta, alright? So we can say that this Z is purely real, okay? Isn't it? So ये मेथड भी अच्छा है ना, दिस इज ऑल्सो अ गुड मेथड. सो वी आर गेटिंग द वैल्यू ऑफ Z इज इक्वल टू 2 cos theta. आई होप यू आर गेटिंग इट, राइट? ओके, circle. If we will increase this line till here, we can say that this angle will be 90 degree, right? So we can assume this as P. So in right angle triangle, in which triangle? Right angle triangle. Have you written down the diagram? Can you tell me the name of the right angle triangle? OAP, right? So in this case, Z3, Z0. So what we can write down? See, Z1 square plus Z1 minus Z3 square must be equal to mod of Z3 square. Am I right? Okay. Is equal to 2 times Z1 bar minus Z2 bar. Alright? Okay. Now what we can write is 2 into Z1 minus Z2 bar is equal to 2 into Z2 minus Z1 Z2. ये वाले दोनों नंबर से क्या कुछ कॉमन आ सकता है? Z3 कॉमन ले सकते हैं, राइट? ओके, एंड व्हाट विल बी रिमेनिंग? Z1 bar upon Z1 minus Z3 upon Z2, Z2 bar upon Z2. I hope you are getting it. Okay, so again we will use a property. What is the property? Let me write down the property. Directly we can write down now. There is no need to write it separately, right? I'm using the property here. This can be written as R square into, where R is the magnitude of Z1 and Z2. Okay, this property will be applicable. So can we take them common as R square? So here we can see that few of the terms will get cancelled out. This R square and this R square will get cancelled out, right? So 2 into Z1 minus Z2 equals minus Z3 into Z1 square, Z2 square. So Z2 square minus Z1 square, right? Alright. So now we can find out the value of Z3. What we can write down as Z3? Further we can simplify this. Z1 minus Z2 equals minus Z3. A square minus B square we can apply now. Divided by Z1 square, Z2 square. So in this problem, we have applied a square minus b square formula at the last. At the end, we have applied this formula. So a square minus b square can be written as a minus b into a plus b, right? So what will happen? A minus b will get cancelled out, right? So these two terms will get cancelled out, z1 minus z2, this and this will become plus, right? z1 minus z2 and z2 minus z1 will be get cancelled out. So finally we are getting here we are getting what? Z3 equals 2z1 square on z1 plus z2. Alright? So that was the option B, right? So I hope you understood. So एक रिव्यू इसमें कर लेंगे कि इसमें हमने मेथड क्या यूज किया. तो मेथड हमने क्या यूज किया? सिंपली पाइथागोरस थ्योरम, है ना. वी हैव यूज्ड द पाइथागोरस थ्योरम. उसके बाद हमने क्या किया? सिंपली जो कॉम्प्लेक्स नंबर के प्रॉपर्टीज थे वो लगा दिए. तो कॉम्प्लेक्स नंबर का प्रॉपर्टी भी ध्यान में होना जरूरी है, अदरवाइज दिस प्रॉब्लम विल बी डिफिकल्ट, राइट? So I hope you understood the problem, right? So can we consider one more problem? So I'm solving simultaneously. You can try as well. Find out z into z bar. Okay. So we'll form two matrices. Right? So we have a property. What is the property? Modulus of z1 into z2 equals modulus of z1 bar into z2 bar, right? So using this property, we can find this value in easy way. So can you find out z1 into z4 minus z2 into z3? Okay. It would be 660 16 square, right? Very good. That is equal to 256. So final answer is A. I hope you understood. So can you consider one more problem? कर देता हूँ. θ1, θ2 and θ3 आर द 4 रूट्स ऑफ द गिवन इक्वेशन. ये चारों रूट्स दिए हुए हैं गिवन इक्वेशन के. इक्वेशन क्या है? साइन थीटा 1 इंटू जेड क्यू प्लस साइन थीटा 2 इंटू जेड स्क्वायर प्लस साइन थीटा 3 इंटू जेड प्लस साइन थीटा 4 इक्वल्स 3 लाइंग इन साइड द यूनिट सर्कल मॉड ऑफ जेड इज इक्वल टू 1. सो जेड रिप्रेजेंट्स अ कॉम्प्लेक्स नंबर हैविंग रेडियस 1 और ये चारों जो पॉइंट्स है, चारों जो रूट्स है थीटा 4 ऑल्सो, ये चारों रूट्स उस सर्कल के अंदर में है ना. ऑल दीज 4 रूट्स बिलोंग्स टू इनसाइड द सर्कल हैविंग रेडियस 1 एंड ये चारों के चारों जो है वो गिवन इक्वेशन के रूट्स है. तो कौन सा इनइक्वालिटी करेक्ट होगा, है ना? ओके, व्हाई? Yeah, mod of z is 1. Okay. Okay, alright, very good. So which option we should choose? That is still unclear, right? Okay. So it may be possible both will be correct, and it may be possible only one will be correct, right? So can we try this problem? Sin theta belongs to plus 1 to minus 1. Okay. So mod of sin theta will be always less than equal to 1. That will not exceed 1. Okay. And here we can see that Sin theta 1 is there, sin theta 2 is there, sin theta 3 is there, sin theta 4 is there. So maximum value of all these sin theta could be 1, right? So this equation so suppose we are assuming this as the whole value is p, right? हमने assume कर लिया है जो इतना बड़ा वैल्यू आ रहा है उसको हमने p assume कर लिया है. So we know that the maximum value of sin theta can be 1. So this whole value of p will be less than equal to what? Mod of z cube plus mod of z square plus mod of z plus mod of, get a meaningful value, है ना? So p is less than equal to what? We have got a infinite terms of gp. So what is the addition of gp, infinite terms of gp? Can you tell me? Exactly. So 1 minus mod of z, and the value of p is 3, right? So what we can write down? P is less than equal to 1 upon 1 minus mod of z. So 1 by 3 less than equal to, oh we are taking reciprocal, so the sign will become reverse now. Greater than equal to 1 minus mod of z. Okay, so 1 by 1 minus 1 by 3 is greater than equal to less than equal to mod of z, right? So mod of z is greater than equal to 2 by 3. So any quantity which is greater than equal to 2 by 3, that will be also greater than equal to 1 by 2, right? Hence, yeah, we have got the answer as C and D. I hope you understood. Your assumption was very correct, है ना? Your assumption prediction was very correct, but we were not sure about that, right? So both are correct option. So we have got C and D as correct option, and hence we are done with this problem. Should we stop then?